Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Accu-Stats Video Productions, it's my pleasure to welcome you all back here for day number 3 of the 2015 Make It Happen One Pocket Invitational. Thank you. We're coming to you live here from the Aramis Simonis Arena at Sandcastle Billiards in Edison, New Jersey, the home of Accu-Stats Video Productions and the home of the Make It Happen series. We've had 5 Make It Happen events prior to this. This is number 6. It's our second go-around in One Pocket, and you, our knowledgeable, loyal, and devoted fans, have once again brought us 4 of the greatest One Pocket players in the world. We've added 2 new young guns to the mix. Our 6 champions are putting on a terrific show for us all week. We're halfway home. We're going to continue today, and tomorrow night we're going to have a champion. All of our matches in the round-robin format are raced to 3 games. The winner of each match receives $1,000. Once we've concluded the round-robin play tomorrow with the 7 p.m. match, at that time we will take the players with the 2 best overall records, and they will play off in the final match to determine our 2015 Make It Happen One Pocket champion. Our equipment is the best in the business. We have a diamond table with pro-cut pockets, Simonis 860, and Aramis billiard balls. And once again, we'd like to express our gratitude to those terrific companies for their ongoing support of Accu-Stats Video Productions and Professional Pool. And lastly, before I introduce our players, on behalf of all of them and the staff at Sandcastle, as well as the Accu-Stats team, we want to say thank you once again to each and every one of you out there watching around the world, and all of you here at ringside that have supported us throughout the years. And once again, this week, you have made it happen. Okay, at this time, it's my pleasure to introduce our competitors for match number 9. Our first player is from Phoenix, Arizona. This gentleman's a former U.S. Open One Pocket champion, a former Derby City One Pocket champion, and a former Legends of One Pocket champion. He's sponsored by QB Custom Cues, On the Rail TV, Diamond Billiard Products, Simonis Cloth, and Moose Billiard Shoes. He's also the author of Power One Pocket Volumes 1 and recently out Volume number 2. They are here. Okay. And you might even get an autograph. But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most well-known names around the world in One Pocket. Please welcome the freezer, Mr. Scott Frost. Thank you so very much. His opponent's from Tampa, Florida. This gentleman's a former Derby City Bank Pool Ring Game champion. He holds top 4 finishes in both Banks and 9-ball at Derby City. He's the former Southern Classic Tournament One Pocket champion. And also this past year, he proudly represented our great nation with his initial appearance on Team USA's Mosconi Cup. Sponsored by Fast Action Cues, would you please welcome Justin Hall. Okay, go ahead and lag for the break, gentlemen. Your official timekeeper is Miss Julie Ha. Your official photographer, Carl Kantrowitz. My pleasure now to send it to the booth to the voice of Accu-Stats, Billy Incardona, and to Hall of Famer, Danny DiLiberto. Take it away, guys.
Bill Incardona here, along with Danny DiLiberto. Danny, this is day 3, and this is a very pivotal day in this tournament. And we're going to start with the first match of the morning, and that's Justin Hall and Scott Frost. Well, for all practical purposes, Frost and Pagulayan are pretty much eliminated from the being in the finals.
They're both 0-3.
Right.
There's 2 undefeated players. It's Danny Smith and the veteran Efren Reyes.
This is a very, very important match for Justin Hall. He has 1 win and 1 loss. But unfortunately, in the match that he lost, he didn't accumulate any games won in that match. And that may be very damaging to him because that's going to be one of the tiebreakers if it comes down to a tie to see who advances to the finals later on. So in this match, it's very important for Justin Hall to win this match, because if he doesn't win this match, I think he's going to have to join
No
Frost
chance.
and Pagulayan.
But if he happens to win his last 3 matches, he'll be 4-1, and that'll assure him in the finals, I think. Don't you believe it?
Yeah, I think a 4-1 record will put any player with that record into the finals.
Well, he didn't scratch. I've noticed, watching the last few days, Scott Frost has scratched a lot and cost him matches. In that time, he almost started with a scratch.
Yeah, I agree. Looks like Hall's going to cross the 8 and go into the 13 with the cue ball. Executed very nicely.
Well, I don't know. He let him see the 9. That's a big difference. If he didn't see the 9, he'd be in trouble. But he can shoot the 9 straight on. Might make it off the 4. But anyway, he does have a shot. He's not in a trap.
Most importantly, he must stick the cue ball where it is now, where the 9 is.
Exactly.
And he almost made the 4.
Yeah. He shot it a little too hard because the 4 is not a threat right now. A little bit softer, that ball would have been near the pocket.
Now, Hall, as I mentioned before, he's one of the best bank pool players in the country, if not the best. He may have a shot at this bank.
No, I think
cross.
there's a kiss, Billy. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I think there's a kiss. I wanted to talk before he shot.
He's going to take another look at it. If there is not a kiss, he's going to have to elevate on this bank so he can get the cue ball to the rail and out quickly.
Yeah.
Now, you're right.
He
There
sees
is a
the kiss.
This is a very difficult hit, 2 in a corner.
Yeah.
And he has to watch the cue ball as well, cross corner. So he decided to play it conservatively. And I really don't have a problem with that. I think that he used pretty good judgment in doing what he did. But that particular shot carried some problems. Addy opted to shoot a 2 in a corner.
A lot of wisdom for a young man.
Now Scott's going to kick in back of the 7 because that particular layout between the 7 and the...
Oh, I don't know. That might have been a scratch. I think he hit rail and then the 7.
Yeah, but the stripe eventually went to the rail.
Yeah, that's right.
Those 2 balls were dead. They were wired, so Scott eliminated that.
Another good reason to knock it away.
And once again, Scott should be cognizant and aware of not going down to the foot rail with the cue ball because that 4 is bankable. So he must once again stick where the 7 is. Nicely executed.
Yeah.
Now he's able to see the 7, Danny, and he could create some damage. But fortunately for Frost, the cue ball's positioned so close to the rail that Hall really can't afford to hit it with speed.
No, I don't think you have to. I think you could bank the 7 at the 10 and go right behind the 4.
And you called it, right?
Yeah. If he had hit one of those 2 balls, which would have been a thinner cut, but it is a threat. It is a threat.
Nicely executed shot.
Yep.
Positioning the cue ball behind the 7 is cut off just about the entire half of the table, really limiting Hall and what he can do. So very nicely executed shot and a very well thought out shot by Frost.
Well, here I like Justin Hall to make that 5 ball and leave him a blood test on the 11, but he didn't want to do that. Distance is always a good move. Well, he left the blood test, but I don't think Scott's going to bank at that 11.
But he left him in a position that's a pretty touchy position because not much he can do from this position. So, and he's got to be very careful here because Hall really put him in a tough spot here.
Well, he didn't let him see the 4, and that was a pretty good move.
Gonna kick it from the bottom rail.
Oh, hit the 7 too. Pretty good shot.
Yeah, had he not hit the 7, hit the 10 with the 4, I think Scott would have had some kind of a shot, but that's not what happened. Scott's looking now in disbelief, saying, "Why do these things constantly happen to me?"
Yeah, he is feeling sorry
Because
for himself.
you're one of the players.
Yeah, right now, Scott feels like the world's against him.
I think Scott's definitely up against it here. Look at how the balls are positioned. He's going to have to go up table. He would like to get behind the 6.
Yeah, he don't want him to see that 4. And he didn't, and he got it behind the 6 like you called, Billy.
Well, that's excellent cue ball control and very nice speed as well.
Well, working with you for these days, I think the players are lucky you're not in the tournament because you could have won this.
I've been telling you that for years, Danny.
Billy takes my compliments as well as he takes my insults.
Now, Hall has to be aware that the 3 ball passes into Frost's pocket. And considering how the balls are positioned, if given an opportunity to shoot that 3, Frost will definitely shoot it because that's a way out of this first game here. Because considering how the balls are positioned, it's very unlikely that Frost is going to come away with the win unless he comes with a good shot. And if Hall gives him that shot on the 3, he's going to take it.
Yeah, he is. This is not as important a game for Frost as it is for Hall. So that means he's going to be dangerous. Don't you agree? He's going to do things that are maybe a little risky because he has nothing to lose.
Yeah, he's going to be the more desperate of the 2 players for sure.
Well, simple little shot, but it looks very effective. I don't see anything for Scott.
Well, Scott's just going to come off the 6 and put him on the end rail.
Well, I'm looking at that 10-5. That ball looks like it could be dead to Scott's pocket.
Yeah, that's a good observation there. Frost obviously couldn't see that particular combination because he was behind the 6.
Yeah.
But if it is dead, Hall better take a look at it and take a real
leave
good
it.
look at it and not give Scott an opportunity to pocket it, because if it's wired, then Scott could probably end up getting out of this
It
first
looks
game with a
dead
win.
to me, and even if it's close, you can hit the 10 on either side and throw it in.
Now, Hall was looking to do something with the 6 in terms of positioning it close to his pocket. But in doing so, he may lose the cue ball.
Yeah, if he did that, he certainly would leave a hit on the 10. Well, we're going to see it.
Watch the cue ball now, because this shot, he decided just to play cue ball.
Oh, he's lucky he didn't hit the 1. I don't know if Scott can hit the 10, but he's going to look at that dead ball.
No, he can hit the 10.
Well, then I think he should shoot it.
Well, only if it's wired.
Yeah, but if it isn't, like I said, it'll throw. Because
He's
it
looking
at
at
least is close. He's looking at it right now. He's shooting it.
And there's a lot of intent.
I could
on
feel
his
the
face.
brain thought. He is going to shoot that 5.
He's walking around the table briskly.
I think it's good.
Hey, I think he left me something that he shouldn't have left me. We're going to soon find out.
I guess not. He's looking at the 15 or the 11.
He's looking to try to cut the 11 in and draw the cue ball back to somewhere around where it is now.
Which makes the shot a lot tougher to pocket. Yeah, he's shooting it.
And watch out, because this cue ball may be difficult to control.
You know, he missed the ball, but he got the cue ball back. Now, as long as Scott looked at the 5 and it's not dead, I think Hall could bank that 11 towards the balls.
After Hall shoots the 11, there won't be any more balls up table for Frost to come off of. So he'll be like, kind of like stranded up there, with, big time problems. But Hall must control the cue ball and have it end up near that bottom rail. Or I should say the top rail. If he can get it back where it is now, the cue ball. Oh, he's decided to do something different.
Well, he made sure that he ducked. Now, in case that 5 ever was dead, he moved it. Boy. Hall's pocket looks like Grand Central Station.
Difficult hit here. Elevation going to create problems.
Well, he shot at a ball, but he ducked pretty well.
The balls continue to get closer and closer to Hall's pocket. If you notice, when 4 or 5 shots ago, there weren't that many balls surrounding Hall's pocket. Now, like Danny said, definitely looks like, what is it, Times Square?
Grand Central Station.
Grand Central Station. Penn Station.
Either way.
I was at Penn Station the
Either
other
way.
day. There must have been 50,000 people there.
Yeah. What's he playing, a 4-ball combination here and drawing the ball?
Yeah, he's going to draw the ball by the side pocket.
There's the 4-ball combination. He made a ball on the side, which has to spot immediately.
He may be able to get to the bottom. He may be able to get to the bottom rail. He's taking a look at it now to kick the 4. I don't think he has much of a rail to get to, if any.
He doesn't. Yeah, I think the 13 is just in the way.
This is a touchy shot. This is a touchy shot. Wow.
Oh,
Can
beautiful.
you believe that?
Great
now,
control.
that was a boom shot there.
And the audience over the years got pretty intelligent, and they know when to applaud.
And I can just hear some people out there right now saying, how did he do that?
Well, he better do it again. It's getting worse. I don't mean to laugh because poor Scott has been suffering for a few days. Uh-oh. What's he trying to do here, Billy?
He's got to stick the cue ball, whatever he does.
He did a little harder, and that 8 would have gone in, which wouldn't have helped him.
But if it would have landed close to the pocket where it was makeable from any part of the table, it would have helped him, but it didn't get that far. But I'll tell you what, things are starting to look a little better for Frost.
Yeah. But I think Hall here should bank the 11 at the 4. I think the angle lays to not sell out.
I think you're 100% correct.
Yeah. He's
And that's
not looking
often
at it.
that you're 100% correct.
Yeah, usually 99%, Billy. Well, he's looking at it. Well, he doesn't want to shoot it because he's over the top, probably.
Maybe because he can make the 10.
Oh, yeah. Well,
he
he
hit
had
the
a
5.
combination. Well, now I want to tell you something. Scott will be cutting that 12 ball. Well, no, he won't. He's gonna,
not even looking at it,
He's
Danny.
not looking, but
and you're correct again.
He shoots that
you're
kind of
correct
shot.
again. I think he should take a real good look at it. And he's looking at it now.
He shoots those kind of shots. There it goes.
I agree. I think
This will make him the favorite if he pockets that.
I don't know about that, but
Well, he would hit the 5 and open him up. Well, right now he's just going to kick this ball away somehow.
oh wow.
Well, he
my-
left the bank on the 8,
That
Billy.
shot may have made him the favorite right there.
He left the bank on the 8.
Well, he left a shot on the 8. I don't think there's room for it to bank.
Well,
He's
you're
gonna
forgetting.
probably-
2 days ago you called this kid the best banker in the world, and now you don't want to give him a shot at this. Well, because it didn't go. All right, Billy.
But I'll tell you what,
It did get better for Scott.
when you consider how the balls were positioned just a few shots ago, and now take a look at where they are now, I think Scott should be really, really happy about the outcome here.
Well, things have changed because if Scott gets desperate, he can always bank that 11 or try.
I think that Justin Hall made a big mistake when he didn't shoot the shot that you said
I know it.
you would shoot, backing the 11 into the 4. That was a big-time shot, and it was relatively free.
Yeah, it
He
was.
could have played a good cue ball with the shot and improved his position and possibly made the 4 and ran out in game number 1.
But it's easier to think up here, Billy, than on the table because it's a very important match for him. He still can win the tournament. Well, Scott is going to be totally out of trouble now.
He's going to come off the 6 and put him behind the 10 here. And getting rid of the 6 is going to be big
He's
in
going to knock
itself.
some balls away for Justin. Yeah.
So actually, those 6 balls that are close to Hall's pocket are actually a detriment to Hall because that's a safe haven for Scott to put the cue ball behind. And when he does that, he's protecting everything on his side.
You know, he really switched things around here. Well, he's going to bank at this.
Well, he's going to go into the other stripe.
He's banking at it. The point, the almighty point, it doesn't look like it sticks up, but it always gets hit. Right? You can't hit it, it looks like, if you aimed at it. And any time you bank a ball, the point shows up.
Now, Scott took a look at the 6, but the problem with that shot is the angle. The cue ball will then be tracking toward that corner pocket. Now, he's looking at it now. He knows that the angle that he has on the 6 is very, very dangerous and a very problematic angle. If he comes off the green 6, that cue ball will be tracking toward that pocket.
Well, he's doing it. And his pocket showed up. I told you that's been his flaw in the last few days. He's been scratching a lot. How come he can't see what you saw? He traveled with you.
Because I'm 71 years old, Danny. I've been around longer than him.
Yeah.
And you see things much better than me.
Oh, after he got out of all that trouble, Billy, he shot the shot that looked obvious going to the pocket. But he's done that for days.
Hall mentioned to me yesterday that he was a little nervous when he played Reyes. I said to him,
I think he was intimidated by Reyes.
I said, that's the first time you played Reyes? He said, yeah. He says, I was really, really nervous when I was playing him. He said, but of course I had a lot of things going on in the morning, so he attributed that to his nervousness.
I never was intimidated by anybody. I dogged it against everybody.
No, that's not true. That's not true at all. I watched you play too long, too much pool to believe that. You were really one of the greats of our game.
Oh, thank you, Billy. Wow.
No, he needed the entire pocket there. I don't know
Yeah,
if
he overcut it a little bit. Now he does have a bank on the 6 to the 10. Stick the cue ball.
That's another good shot.
Yeah, the 10 is sitting in a good spot.
Yeah, that's another good shot. But he thinks
Well, he's not shooting it.
He thinks he can cut the 14.
Oh, well, everything will be flying around. Yeah. Well, that's okay. He made it, but now what? He's not going to shoot the 9-10 combination, I don't think. I don't think he could shoot the 10 right in.
The problem with shooting the 9-10 combination is twofold. Making the combination and controlling the 9 ball.
And missing it, but he was playing cue ball too.
That's exactly what he did. He put more emphasis on playing cue ball than he did playing the combination. because what was going through his mind is this. I'm going to have a hard time controlling the 9-ball and pocketing the combination. So I better put emphasis on what I know I can do, and that's cue ball control.
Well, he's got to give him the 10. There's no doubt about that. Which he did. Score is 5 to -1.
Now, I think Scott, and I think this is important here, I think Scott should consider going up table where behind the 8. If he can take an intentional and get up there behind the 8, that's the spot to put him in. I would just take it intentional. I'd go short rail, kick toward the side, and then toward that corner, and end up behind the 8. Here's what I would do here. I would kick here, 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 and put him right there. Well, that's what I would do.
That's a little dangerous. You could sell out to 12.
You know what? If I sell out to 12, so be it. But if I don't sell out to 12, I'm going to surmount a 6-0 lead. With the score the way it is, that shot was the correct shot. Now take a look at it. See? Now balls are starting to go up table. Now that 6-0 lead, you know.
No, it's 5 to -1, Billy.
It's 6 to -1. There's 9 balls left on the table. I thought that he should have definitely exercised that judgment and went for that. Maybe he didn't even know it was there. Yeah, one pocket is a very interesting game. You really got to know when to gamble playing one pocket because there's a lot of decision-making playing this game, and it has a lot to do with understanding how to gamble. Of course, I'm not talking about money.
Look at this bank. It's in the wood. Oh, boy, I thought he made that. What a bank.
All can afford to play any kind of a shot like that because of how the balls are positioned now.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about Scott running 7. Oh, he left it. He left the 11.
This shot carries a small bit of pressure because of where the cue ball is going to end up unless he draws it.
Yeah, he has to draw it or he's going right in that side pocket with the cue ball. He drew it past the side. Now he's got a bank.
He would like to pop this bank, but he has the luxury of rolling it.
Yeah, the balls are so out of play, but he's going to pop it, I believe.
Yes, he tried to, because that's the way bank pool players like to shoot banks with speed.
Yeah.
When a bank pool player shoots a bank with speed, it's more predictable, like that.
Okay, Scott, you're even now. All you got to do is run 7 more, and you're in the game. Tough to do it, folks. Well, you got to start making balls and make it scoreable. I don't know about this.
Well, there's 2 balls on the foot spot.
Oh, yeah, he owed one. That was good thinking. He owed one, folks, so he knew when he made the ball he wasn't going to leave a bank because there's 2 balls on the spot. He's still going to, no, I thought he might still try to bank it, but
No, right
he's
away.
got a commanding lead.
Right away, Hall realized that he had to break up those 2 balls on the foot spot because that's one of the ways Frost can get back into the match. Whenever you accumulate balls on a foot spot, they are tough to move sometimes. So if you're facing a large deficit, that's what you want to do. You want to pocket balls in other pockets so we can respot them on the foot spot.
Well, that's what happened again. Well, I think he's got a 2-railer here, but it's shooting at 1 ball, but you got to get them one at a time now.
I think opposite. I think that at all costs you have to try to form a wedge here and not play ball for ball, because if you play ball for ball, there's absolutely no chance of winning the game.
Well, I think Hall's going to be banking at the 6.
Seems like it carries a natural safety here.
He didn't make it.
See, Hall will be quite content playing ball for ball.
Well, only because he needs 1.
Exactly. Now, Frost, on the other hand, should be more concerned about putting balls in position or even forming the wedge and then accumulating balls on the foot spot.
He's got to hit this with speed, too. No, not. Well, it doesn't matter. He didn't make it, but it's a threat. Hall can only move it out of there. Rail first, a little draw. Knock it on your side. That was good control, because he could have left the bank on the 5. Uh-oh. Well, he got a rail.
Let me comment a little bit more about that wedge game I keep referring to. If the balls form a wedge in the upper corner pocket, then you could start pocketing a ball or 2 balls and hooking your opponent, accumulate balls on the foot spot. See, when you play ball for ball like this...
There he goes, in the pocket again. That's what he's done. It's been disaster for him. Are we playing base of the ball? It doesn't matter. It's behind the head spring.
Yes, if there's not a ball shootable out of the kitchen, I will say, do you spot the ball closest to the back rail or the ball?
No, you spot the one closest to the head string.
Okay, that's the question
That's what
I had.
he did.
You answered it, and
Yeah.
he agreed. Or he...
Well, I know the rules. I've been doing this 93 years, Billy. I know the rule. Same rule in straight pool. If all the balls are behind there, the one closest to the head string spots. This is his game ball. And he made it. Well, I'll tell you what, Scott had to be pulling from to make it because it was going to be awful tough. You wear a lot of energy out trying to win that game, so hopefully the guy will end the suffering.
Let me try to get this wire here.
I know it. It's getting me, too.
You can get up out of your chair for a second. I can move it because it's restricting me. Thank you. All right, here we go. Back in action. Yeah, shooting the angle off the 6th ball cost him game number 1 after he worked his way out of the jam that he was in early in the rack and got to a position where now the game was very winnable. He shot the 6, scratched right in the pocket. That was his undoing.
That's what's been killing him. He could have beat Efren, but he scratched like 2 innings in a row. He had the lead, and then he lost 2, and he lost the game.
A very interesting configuration of balls here. It doesn't appear that Hall really has an easy or a natural out here. I'm kind of curious to see what he does. He could make a big mistake right here.
Nice control there, but I think Scott has a bank at the 2. Well, if he can see the 1, that's a better bank because he can bank that at the 7. He will do none of my shots here. Now he's going to shoot the 1 into the 7.
Watch the cue ball. Oh, he hit that one really nice.
He did, but a little weak.
And well, he played good cue ball.
Look, harder that 7 was in.
He played good cue ball. I think that was the most important part
It
of the
was.
shot.
You're right, Billy.
Because now when he gets back to the table, well, he's going to kick under the 7, which will, that's a built-in good cue ball shot.
Yeah.
Legal. Now he's going to take a look and see what he has. He might have a shot on the 13 to position the cue ball in back of the 4. If he can get the cue ball in back of the 4, he'll have done his job. See how well he does.
He did it.
Not too bad.
Yeah, he should have listened to you last game. He would have won it.
Hall's in a pretty tough position here, but what's saving him is the 7 and the 1 tied up in front of Hall's, in front of Scott's
They're
pocket.
sort of tied up. I think he can shoot the 9, 2 rails and go all the way down with the cue ball. That's what he's going to do. No, he decided to go behind a pile. Pretty good speed here, Billy. That's a good shot.
Yeah,
I because of the 1 and 7 tied up, I would have gone forward with the cue ball, but he elected to, and you know he's a great player, so I can't second guess him.
if Frost can pocket the 9, then there's shouldn't be any decision here. Or if he can kick it out like that. Sometimes you're better off pocketing the ball, just getting it out of your hair, giving you more ability to put
You're
the
right.
cue ball there
I agree with
later
you.
in the rack.
Because the 9 is still a threat.
See, with the 9 in the position that it's in now you're restricted on what you can do.
Yeah, he should have made it. Well, is he going to try to pound them away now with the 2 and the 9? The 9 is a threat.
No,
I don't care
think that
where
would-
you go.
I don't think that would be advisable. I like what
Only
he's doing.
because there's banks, yeah.
I like what he's doing here.
Open this up. Leave distance.
Okay, now he's left Hall a combination on the 4-9. Hall should take a look at it because it's definitely pocketable. But he has a nice hit and stop shot. But the problem with this shot, it carries a lot of distance, and the 6 ball is hampering his bridge somewhat, so he may have a problem with it. Not him, though.
Oh, not only that. He made a better combination now.
Well, if Frost can get behind the 9 off the 12,
Yeah, break up the combination.
excellent,
Beautiful.
excellent.
People like that.
Yeah, he's got a problem here.
He sure does.
He definitely has a problem here. He may be better off just touching the 9 to the rail, freezing him on the 4, because I don't see any relief going up table.
Well, he's going to leave the 1 for sure.
Right.
Unless he makes the 7.
But he put that cue ball on the rail.
Beautiful. He left him the 3 and the 1. The 3, of course, is a much easier shot.
Well, he's got a dilemma here. If he plays the 3, he's not going to get
can't
good.
do anything.
He's
No
not going to
reward.
get good cue ball movement. If he plays the 1, it's a much more difficult shot to pocket. If he plays rail behind the 7, that's an out possibly, but he's got to hit that perfectly. And I think that may be the correct shot. Rail behind the 7.
I like shooting the 3. He'll go right to the 2. I like shooting the 3. He's shooting the combination. This could be the end of him. Unless he makes it. Oh, he got rewarded. Yeah. Scott has made a lot of shots in the last few days, and he never got a reward. He got one that time. That was not an easy shot. Yeah.
Maybe you should shoot the red 3 now. I think you should shoot the red 3. Clear the pocket for the 13.
He's going to, yeah.
Now you can come off the 1, back for the 13, then go cross table and possibly create some offense.
Good idea.
Now, if given the correct angle, he may be, well, he's pretty awkward now. He's a lot straighter on the 13 that he wanted to end up. Now, that was an excellent shot.
Got it. Beautiful.
That's what you call playing some good pool right there.
Yeah.
He created that. And he manufactured that shot.
No, he needs 2.
He's got to play a good cue ball here. And once again, beautifully executed shot. You know, he made this out look quite simple, and it was anything but that. Good playing, Mr. Frost.
Well, I want to compliment you for saying shoot the 3, because a lot of people would have shot the 1 first and not opened the pocket for the 13. So that's knowledge for you people who are going to get this DVD.
None of the scores one game apiece. The first game took a while. All the balls were positioned around Hall's pocket. It didn't look like Frost had a chance to get out of it, but yet he was able to work his way out of it. But later on,
He scratched. That's what
and it
did
cost him the game. Had he not scratched there, he may have captured game number 1.
He would have. He had a good chance to, because he really changed the dynamics of everything. Is he banking the 14? No. Oh, I don't know. I think Hall has a free shot at the combination. The balls are tied up. I think shoot the 3-ball combination. See it, Billy? I think it's free.
I think that it's definitely an option. The 8 and 3 are far enough apart for him to be able to control the 3-ball with the combination.
And the cue
because
ball.
it's not laying exactly straight in. He's going to have to cut it. But like Danny said, the other balls are tied up on Scott's side. So if it's at all possible to pocket this, I think he should give it a shot.
Well, in one pocket, you look for chances with a free shot. This is a free shot. And when we say free shot, we mean there's no sellout if you miss. He might make this. Oh, he almost made it.
Now that you've seen how close it was, now you understand the value of the shot. Had it fallen, and then he would have been on his way. You want to go behind the 3, make the 2 with the cue ball.
Right.
Like that.
That's what he did. But unfortunately, he left the bank at the 14. It's no gimme. But Hall is winding up to shoot it.
And it's no gimme, you're right about that. I think there's a very little margin for error with this bank. Very little margin for error, as you can see.
Yeah.
That point was right there. It was hard to avoid hitting that point. But if he was able to avoid hitting the point, he may have pocketed the bank. But it wasn't anything near natural.
Well, he
or
has
easy.
a few choices here. He's not looking at the 8. He could bank the 8. That's kind of free.
But if he can bank the 5, no reason to bank the 8.
You're right. And he did. A shorter bank.
Yeah.
Got it done.
If you had something right in front of you or something far away,
Yeah.
I think you're better off taking something right in front of you.
Yeah. You're right. Well, I don't know if the 1 passes the 4.
If he can freeze him back on that 13, on that stripe, like that, cut off that side of the table, forcing Hall to come off the 11, and then go back in front of Frost's pocket with the cue ball. Now, the 11 ball is the ball that's positioned underneath the foot spot. I think he should be taking a look at that. That way he'll open up a ball on his side. I like what he did there. The reason he didn't go up table with the cue ball, because then he would have exposed the 7 ball on the side rail. He wanted to protect that ball, and in doing so, he's really limited on what Hall can do coming off of another ball. See, coming off another ball may be problematic. It may be too much of a problem for Hall. He's shaking his head like, he made a good shot. And he did make a good shot. It was a well-thought-out shot, and he saw it, and he executed it well.
Hall is in trouble right here, Billy. He's in trouble. But I'll tell you what I would do. I would shoot the cue ball up in that far corner pocket, leave him straight in on the 7, and let him go.
That's not a bad option at all, and one that I would definitely consider. He's taking the intentional here.
I think that's a wasted shot. He should have took it and put it in that far corner. Let Scott shoot the 7.
Well, I wouldn't go as far to say it was a wasted shot, because I don't think Scott has anything in terms of doing anything offensive here. He's gonna shoot the cue ball 2 cushions into the ball softly. He's gonna freeze the cue ball. I like what he was going to do, but he's changed his mind. What he was going to do, if you will, give me an overhead, he was going to shoot the cue ball 1, 2 cushions in there. That's the shot I like, and that's what he's doing. That's the shot I like.
He
If
did
he
it.
can get him in there, I think he's going to increase his chances of winning the game.
Oh! Butterfingers. Well, the referee can't owe one, right?
Now keep in mind, Hall is on the first scratch. If you scratch 3 consecutive times, that's a loss of game. So he's on the first scratch. He's going to probably take another intentional here. And Frost will then put him back, unless he goes into the 14. Let's see how well he does this. Well, no, that's an intentional. But
Oh,
what
he
really,
left the bank.
it really wasn't an intentional. He tried to hit the 14, but he didn't.
He left the bank here.
He left the bank. But,
He's not sure. He's putting him back there.
right, because
He's on 2.
he's on 2, right. Now, the 3rd consecutive scratch is a loss of game.
Well, he's not in a real lot of trouble here.
I think he left him an out.
He did. Definitely.
Yeah.
Did he
was a
break the rail?
He was a little. Frost was a little ill-fated in that regard, of leaving him that type of an out, because that was an unforeseen thing there. In other words, who would have thought that he would have left him that out?
I'm
but it
going to
happened.
shoot the 8 here at the 7. I don't know what he's looking at, but it's free as can be.
You know, take a look at that 11 ball, that 5-11 in the rack. See, that 5-11 in the rack, that 11 ball looks like it's wired.
Yeah, but the 6 is in the way of that.
I don't know about that.
Well, he might make the 7 here, 2 rails. Well, he caught the point.
He may have made the 1.
Yes, he did. He caught the point because it wasn't going to go long enough without hitting that point.
Yeah, I think the point had a little bit to do with that particular shot. But, you know, not to take anything away from this guy with that shot, but he hits those type of shots extremely well. I've seen him practice that shot a lot, and he seemed to hit that shot really well.
Yeah, he's got a good chance to win this game, too.
Remember now, before the match started,
Well, I tell you what Scott has done. Yesterday, he caught a skidder in a bad spot. Now he's making sure he's not going to get a skidder, so he keeps having the cue ball clean, which is pretty smart.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Now there's the 2 pass.
Yes, the 2. I think the 2 does pass, but he would like to come down and brush the 9 here. Oh, the 4 does go.
Oh, he's
there's
fine
no
here.
need to brush the 9 if the 4 goes.
Yeah.
And I was going to try to mention that before the match started, the importance of the match for Hall. If he loses this match, you can pretty much
done.
count him out because he didn't win a game when the other lost.
That's why we said it's more important for him than Scott. But it is $1,000.
Going into the balls is a good thing for Frost, only if he comes up with a shot.
Right. If not, it's a good thing for Paul. I was thinking of that. If I needed one, I'm not going to open those balls. Because now, if you don't get that shot, you can lose.
Exactly. Opening up the balls was only good if you come up with a shot.
Yeah.
But if you don't come up with a shot, now all the balls are opened, all the balls are in play, and you don't want to give this guy, one of the best bank pool players in the world, an opportunity to bank something in and steal this game.
But I don't think he has a bank, Billy.
But this guy manufactures banks. That's what he does. He's in the business of manufacturing banks.
He's banking this because he's way behind. But he's not making it. Scott has a chance to pocket this ball and win game 3 and go ahead 2-1.
No, I don't have a problem with him shooting that bank, considering the position of the balls.
Yeah, he was way behind, so that's when you shoot.
Frost needs 2. This is game number 3. 2-1 Frost. And breaking the balls.
Yeah, it's his break. Great tournament here. Great tournament. I don't think you could have picked 6 without getting the best. He got the best.
If Frost goes on to win this match, that'll put 3 players in strong contention to win the tournament. Obviously, Frost and Pagulayan won't be one of them. And Hall will be pretty much eliminated as well. In the event that there's a 2-way tie for the second best record, there's going to be a tiebreaker. I'll explain that later.
Well, he's in trouble. He doesn't even have the 4-rail kick. "13" ball is in the way. He's in a bad spot.
I'll tell you a shot that he had. Oh, he's gonna. Well, this kick has to be very softly, Oh, he kicked hard. I didn't know that. Wow.
He made it.
Wow. I didn't figure him to kick hard like he did because he's really gambling there.
Yeah, you're right.
In other words, he had to have the mindset of this. I can kick this in because if I don't kick this in, I'm going to give up a shot. Whereas if you kick it softly and kick it accurately, you never give up a shot. But to expect yourself to kick it in, that's pretty
This
optimistic.
is a big game for him because he could still win the match. It's going to be his break next. So if he could tie it at 2, he's going to be the favorite. He got out of the break.
That's an excellent shot.
It's in.
That's an excellent shot. He's going to come around the table and take a look at the pack now. Look for any kind of a dead ball, a dead kiss off, because before he attacks this rack or this position, he wants to make sure that there aren't any dead balls. And if there are, he's going to take advantage of them.
Yeah, this makes it easier if there's no dead balls.
Nicely struck ball.
Well, he got position, but not an angle. He's got a very little angle.
Okay, he has a decision to make here. You go all out and stroke this ball, hit it with some speed, and go into the stack. No. Very aggressive shot. He's a very aggressive player.
I wouldn't go into the stack. I'm going to go down and bank the 14. So is he. Well, he didn't quite get to the bank. Yeah, I would have gone all the way to the 14.
And he did too, and probably the best thing to do. Just thought I would bring that up just to make sure that everyone knew that was available.
No, you're right. I didn't like going into the pile because you're hitting the wrong side of the pile for your benefit.
Here's a shot here, but it's marginal. He wants to cut the 2, bank it in back into the stack, send the cue ball up table. I don't know if it's available. He's not shooting it. He left him a bank on the 10, but he really can't do anything with the cue ball. So if he opts to bank the 10, he's going to stick the cue ball in the stack.
Gotta watch the foul here. Oh, he hit it good, but he's not going to make it.
He's left Frost a bank on the 2. I think it's close to kissing the 10, but I think there's an avenue for the bank on the 2.
But he's
kicking
not
the
shooting
10.
it.
Cue ball back into the stack if hit well. Just like that.
And he made it. And he might have the 12. Maybe not. He's got a 2-railer on the 4 for sure. But he's not going to shoot it. Even though he's 0-3 now, if he could win his next 2 matches, that's 2,000 in his pocket. And I'm sure he's thinking of that.
I think he's thinking more about losing credibility if he doesn't.
Yeah, that too.
You
You're
know?
right. You're right.
I mean, he hasn't won a match here in about 2 years.
No, he's 0-8. He is. He's 0-8.
And when you consider how well he plays one pocket, who would have thought that him being 0-8 in matches played, one pocket?
Except it's against the best players in the world, so anybody could be
happens
0-8.
He happens to be one of them, so I don't think.
Well, one year, Efren was 0-6. He double banked it.
Well, he hit that extremely good.
It's
extremely good.
It's in, Billy.
Wow, what a shot.
Right now he's thinking, boy, I wish this tournament was starting over.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot to be said about that, and that is that when you're virtually eliminated from a tournament, but yet still in it, you get that loose stroke, you know, like, hey,
yeah,
no
like this
pressure,
game.
I'm going to play my game
you're
now,
right.
you know. That loose stroke.
Well, he needs one. He doesn't need one anymore. You know why he's gleeful, folks? Because he knows he's 0-8 in this arena.
Right.
And now he won one, finally. That's why he's screaming.
Okay, that was pretty good stuff there. All right, we're going to be back at 2:30 with Alex Pagulayan and the great Bata Efren Reyes.
Introducing Lucasi Hybrid, a whole new level of performance and technology. A cue with the revolutionary X-Shocks dampening system, eliminating vibration. G5 grip technology for enhanced traction and stability results in maximum cue control. Total sweet spot construction means unmatched power. And the Zero Flex Point ferrule provides dead-on accuracy, giving you the confidence you need in every shot. Lucasi Hybrid, the only cue that matters.